I started drumming uh when I was 8. My mom always used to tell me then whenever we go out, whenever she takes me out for programs or we're in church or anywhere, I would just go and stand close to the drummer and be watching them. So that was how I started. And then in the house then I used to always have my sticks, this dongoyaro stick. I used to play on anything I see the on our chairs. Me and my mom always used to fight then because she'd be like, you want to tear my chairs? Advice is that they should just keep their gaze at the prize, because one thing, if you must attain success, you must not do away with consistency. And just as I have said, consistency is like a full package. You must learn to exercise patience. A lot of people want to become good, but they don't want to go through the price that is attached to it. And before you see somebody who has gotten to a stage of perfection, the challenges that person has passed through is even more than, sometimes it's even more than the blessings that person has faced. So you have to just tell yourself you are determined. Tell yourself that, okay, I'm going to be determined, and despite anything that comes, I know that I will become successful, and I must be known as a very good female drummer.
Hello viewers, welcome to Right Track with Trust Omale. Here is another engaging episode. I would love you to stay tuned on this mind-blowing episode. As you do so, do well to click the notification button, subscribe, share, like, and drop a comment. I got you.
Welcome to today's episode of Right Track with Trust Omale. Today promises to be exceptional than what you've seen before, and we trust that you'll be greatly inspired at the end of our section today. To think that we have with us today one of the best, if not the best, female drummer in the whole of Kogi State is a thing of great joy, and then we really appreciate the fact that she had to join us on today's episode. Also, before we get started, I'm also delighted to also let you know that I still have with me today my co-host, my friend, and that's the person of Isaac. Obane is going to be a great time. So I need you to stay focused as we begin. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Please, Mark, can we meet you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Blessing Ibrahim. Blessing Star Ibrahim. A lot of people call me Star Blessing. And I am a young woman who loves to play the drums.
It's nice connecting with you today. Thank you for joining us on today's episode. We're glad to have you.
Yeah, so can you tell us about your journey as a drummer? What sparked your interest in drumming? Why not go for something like violin, like acoustic guitar? I think that's what this is known for, actually, not drumming at all, not drumming.
Okay. First, drumming came to me as a talent. It was a gift God gave to me, and I started drumming when I was 8.
Wow.
My mom used to tell me then that.
Amazing.
My mom always used to tell me then that whenever we go out, whenever she takes me out for programs or we're in church or anywhere, I would just go and stand close to the drummer and be watching them. So that was how I started. And then in the house then I used to always have my sticks, this dongoyaro stick. I used to play on anything I see on our chairs. Me and my mom always used to fight then because she'd be like, you want to tear my chairs? Play on the chairs, table, anything outside of the house. So as I was growing, I got to know that, okay, because then when I was little, if I'm in church and the drummer plays something, if I go home, I would play that thing too.
Wow.
So the journey started when I was let's say when I was in primary 4, primary 5. Then I started with this brigade band, the set drums.
Okay.
Then I could play the snare. Brigade band, there's someone on the snare, someone on thumb, someone on the bass drum. So I always used to stand and watch people play during the assembly. But if I stand there, the teacher has to say, go and join the officing in the assembly, until when I got to primary 6. And then I was made the head girl of my school. So I had the opportunity to play in assembly.
Play as much as you want. Wow, this is great. that being said, now we really want you to share a moment in your journey where you were faced with significant challenges, like trying to develop this talent of yours.
Okay, that's a big question.
Yes.
And that's a broad question.
Yes.
Okay, majorly, let's say I have faced two major challenges.
Okay.
The first was the local church where I grew up. I wasn't really, unlike some people, when you hear the story of or journey of other successful people, and they tell you that in their church they had all the support, their pastor was supporting them, and blah blah blah. Mine wasn't really the case because then I wasn't really allowed to play the drums, because when I left the teenagers class, I graduated to the adult church. I had always wanted to, every Sunday I would always want to be on the drums. But anytime I go there, the drummer then would say, "You are not supposed to be here," and that one. And for the fact that I'm a lady, and again, then my secondary school was kind of close to the church. So anytime I go there to practice, our pastors and those people staying in church will always send me out, "I'm coming to disturb," blah blah blah, like that. To the extent that they had to even cover the drums for me not to play.
Wow.
It got severe, so I joined the praise team then, thinking that okay, if I go for rehearsals, I will have the opportunity to play drums on Sunday. But I ended up singing, and I could not sing then because if we go for rehearsals, if I sing or I play the drums, the following Sunday, let's say the drummer was not available during the practice, I'll be happy that okay, I'll be the one to play. Once I go to the drums, he will come and say, "Stand up, I'm not supposed to be here." And
oh my God.
then the second was another challenge I faced. If you have typical African parents, you understand what I'm saying? Because I happen to be the only female child in our family, and my mom was a teacher, and you know the discipline of every teacher is kind of different. They are kind of strict. So my mom, not like she didn't see a future with me in a future in drumming. She just wanted me to take it as let's say a hobby. She didn't want it to be something that I would invest in. And one year I was saying for myself was quite different. So then it was very difficult for me. That's before I joined Planet Shakers, because my mom had to register me in a fashion school, thinking that was going to divert my attention for drumming and all of that like that. So it was kind of, so to cut the whole story short, when I started going to the fashion school, I would always lie to my boss then that I want to run home. My mom said I should come. I'll then quickly run to somewhere to play drums and blah 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 like that.
Wow. So then, how did you really overcome these challenges? And then, what did you learn from your whole experience?
I was determined. Because I always used to say that these drums, I go play them. I must play them. So then, just as I've said, then my mom she told me she was going to register me for 6 months in the fashion school. So after 6 months, if I can settle down and learn, then I can continue playing the drums. Not knowing that she registered for 2 years. So when I finished, I remember, I think that was in 2014 or 2013. Then after the 6 months, I was like, okay, this woman is supposed to give me my certificate. And then I was telling my madam then about it, and she was like, don't you know that your mom paid for 2 years? I was like, wow. So it got serious. Every time I would sneak out of the shop, I'll run to, that was the period I joined Planet Shakers. I'll run to Planet Shakers, and I was able to overcome because I had determination. I had, my passion for drumming was very strong. So, and I'm grateful I did not leave I didn't give up.
Wow. So can you tell us some of these challenges you also faced, and apart from the challenges, maintaining a routine for drumming in the midst of all of these challenges, I think should be something you want to talk to us about. Can you share a little about it? Maintain like a routine, like how do you guys do your training? Are you hiding to do them? And of course, are you doing your training regularly? Talk to us about it generally.
Okay, so drumming began to make sense to me when I joined Planet Shakers.
Yes.
That was how, because before I joined them, I didn't even know that you would have to practice to become good. I just wanted to just play the drums. I didn't know that they have to be like a sacrifice.
Yeah.
You have to do a lot of things to become successful. So when I joined Planet Shakers, I had to see music in a different way, in the sense that I was exposed to several drummers.
Yes.
I began to learn that okay, drumming has foundations. Drumming has there are certain things you must know. Just like people going to study medicine, people going to study a different course. That's how music is generally.
That's true.
So if you are in an academy where they do music, you have to learn the theoretical aspect of
Yes.
music. So when I started to learn it, I now began to know that okay, I have to practice to become good at this. I have to practice to reach that level I am aiming for myself. So, and then when you talk about consistency, I'm grateful that I was consistent. Consistency is like a full package. It comes with diligence, it comes with being disciplined, it comes with being passionate, it comes with being persistent. So, and one thing about practice and the routine, and the routine you talked about is that once a challenge has been brought out, that okay, you need to, for example, you need to work on your stickings, you need to work on your, I always used to have a book where I write down everything I need to accomplish. Like that's what I've been doing for a very long time, and even till now, every month I used to have a list of the things I need to work on, and I'll make sure even if I can't finish it that month, at the end of the month I'll go back to it. Okay, I was able to do two, so we'll continue the
Carry
following
over
month.
the rest.
Yes. And then one of the routine I've been following is that okay, God has helped me. There's no excuse not to practice, because our house is just like a music home, because my husband is a musician. So in the house I have
that's so amazing.
I have an electric drums, I have an acoustic and a practice pad. So every time I try, if I don't get the opportunity or time to practice at the music school, at home I must make sure I do, even if it is 30 minutes. And that's what I've been sticking to
Every blessed day of your life.
Yes.
So, that being said, like it's so interesting hearing from you. You're really teaching out a lot of things here.
Yeah.
So that being said, what advice do you have for intending drummers, like especially the female ones who are so passionate, like you were then? We know there are a lot of persons out there who are so interested in doing this thing, and they are facing similar challenges. So, what advice do you really have for such persons?
My advice is that they should just keep their gaze at the prize, because one thing, if you must attain success, you must not do away with consistency. And just as I have said, consistency is like a full package. You must learn to exercise patience. A lot of people want to become good, but they don't want to go through the price that is attached to it. And before you see somebody who has gotten to a stage of perfection, the challenges that person has passed through is even more than, sometimes it's even more than the blessings that person has faced. So you have to just tell yourself you are determined. Tell yourself that okay, I'm going to be determined, and despite anything that comes, I know that I will become successful, and I must be known as a very good female drummer.
That's true. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I also want to ask a question, because I don't know, you're a mother, right?
Yes, sir.
And how do you manage being a mother, a wife, a lady, a drummer? How do you do all of these things together? All of them comes at a price. So how do you do them together?
Okay, so well, for me, everybody's story is different. Mine, I'm really grateful to God, because it would have been difficult for me if I had gotten married to someone who was not into my field.
That's true.
It would be very, very challenging. But mine seems quite sweet, because first, a lot of blessings, a lot of things have happened to me as I got married, because my husband has complimented me. Yes.
That's
Yes.
That's amazing.
What to think of it is very difficult. Let's say you are into it will be very hard to continue music job.
Yes.
Because imagine you have somebody at home, your husband is at home, and you're having an event
Yeah.
from 7
Yeah.
that would close by 12
That's
or
true.
by 1 a.m.
That's
And let's say this event is like a big platform that would sell you.
Mm.
Which man would want to hear that? I don't come back from work. Sorry, let me use PG. I don't
Yeah.
come back from work.
Yeah.
My woman's still there outside. I mean, it's very. But mine is quite interesting because if we go out for events, we go together. If he's traveling, we travel. He's a saxophonist. I'm a drummer. So if we go out for programs, I'm always there. We go out early, we come back late together. We travel together, everything together. So it has been. I've not really faced anything that would make me say, let me give. Even after I gave birth, I have someone here. After I gave birth, the following week I started playing drums immediately. Yes.
Wow. And your husband had not challenged you that.
No.
The big shout out to his husband.
Big shout out to your husband.
And I really appreciate this. Yes.
And I think this also underline the fact that when you are getting married, you should be sensitive enough to marry the line of your, of the things you want to do for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Okay.
So, ma, how do you balance your passion, your family responsibility, and business? Then you just talked about invites. You used to have a kind of invites, and then more so that you are also into online classes. How do you balance this whole thing together?
Is it that don't give your husband time?
Yeah.
Don't give your children time. Of
I
course.
have one child. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay. This question is still kind of similar to the previous one.
exactly.
Yes, I'm still going to say similar things. My husband, just as I said, we are always together.
Okay.
We are the academy together. We are if we go out for events, we are always together. We do a lot of things together. So for the online, it's not like I'm not really giving him. We are always seeing each other. So it's not like this person is outside of that field that I have to go to work in the morning, coming back in the evening, I'll be running for another program. No, this one we do everything together. And then for my online lessons, well, it has been interesting because one of the people that even motivated me to start this online lesson was my husband.
Wow.
Because
your husband. I feel like married.
We're excited hearing this, man.
It's so exciting.
I've always had a dream to take people online, but I always used to ask myself, how is it going to be effective? Because then I used to say, God, will I be able to impact people because one thing is, it's not a matter of getting customers, it's how to keep your customers. Yes. Will I be able to impact these people to the level that they would refer other people to you? And God has helped me. God has really helped me because for my online lessons now, do you know, I even stay awake till like 3 a.m., sometimes 2 a.m. to take classes because most of my students are outside of Nigeria with the time zone. Some are like, I have one in Philippines and the guys, they are 12 hours ahead of us.
Wow.
So sometimes I don't even have. That's one of the challenge close in this online online lessons because I don't get to even sleep. Like let's say get 8 hours sleep or 6 hours sleep because most of the times, like yesterday, I had like 3 classes back to back. I told you, 3 to 4 and then 4 to 6 and then I had another one 1 a.m.
Again
1
in the morning.
to 3 a.m. So most of the times
your eyes doesn't look strained. Your eyes
I'm already used to it. It's what I've been doing for a very long time. So yeah.
All right. Ma, can you tell us about your vision and that's your vision for impact in other young person's life? And what you want to do more in the music world with time.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, can you talk to us about the goals, the things you're actually looking up to? Do you want to just do it the way you have been doing it, or do you have a goal you have not achieved? Don't talk to us about what you have been talking about, what you have done actually. So, we want to know what are those things you have not done that you really, really hope you are going to do in the shortest period of time, on the long run, in the long term. You know?
Okay. Yeah, first, one of my goal and vision is to share this knowledge I have down to the people who are aspiring to become. I know I've not gotten to the level I want yet, but I know I'm still a work in progress. So one of my goal is, and that's the reason why I started this online lessons, to be able to impact other people. And God has helped me. I have been able, aside from the students I have been teaching at the academy.
Yeah.
These online lessons, I have been able to raise over 15 students. I
Wow.
can proudly say that, okay, these people started with me from like a zero level of drumming, and now at least they can play to an extent. And I've not even done up to a year into this. I just started in March or April, and then God has helped me with this result. So the more we go,
they are not just Nigerian. Like
I just have one student in Nigeria. The rest are
That's
outside
amazing.
of Nigeria.
Excellent.
Just have the rest are outside.
Somebody is
So
earning in pounds, in euros, in dollars. This is amazing.
Oh, that's great, man. Thank you so much.
Okay.
yes. Have I answered the question?
Yes, you have answered it. But want to pry into your privacy a little. Want to know what's the financial implication of all of this? Does this skill really give you the kind of money you feel you should have, or it's underpaying you? The online lessons, the time you are giving to, are they giving back for the time you are giving them?
Okay. Before you talk about earning in music, you must be ready to build yourself to a level of professionalism. That's if you want people to really pay you for what you must take yourself to a level where they'll feel like their money is not a waste.
Exactly.
Now there are several ways you can make money in music.
Okay.
There is music education, which is what I'm into.
What are you doing now? Yes.
Yes, I run a school, a music academy with my husband, and then the online lessons. And then secondly, you can also earn money with from studio sessions. That's if you're a professional drummer, artists can call you to, or a producer can call you to come and track drums in a studio. You can do that. I know there's also money in that. And then if you are a professional, you can also earn money from your church. That's if your church understands the role of a musician, because not every church does that. A lot of people will come, I cannot pay my drummer before. Why will I pay my drummer for? That's a big topic on its own. So let's not go to that. Yes. So there are churches who are ready. I have a friend in Abuja who gets paid about 150 monthly, not just in the drummer and other musicians in the church. That's when you have a pastor that understands the role of a musician. So yeah, these are the basic ways I know you can earn money.
Okay, before you get to your last words to our viewers and then everyone watching you out there, I really want you to quickly talk about, we've been hearing Planet Shakers, the Academy. So
I'm even afraid because we are, hope it's not the planet Earth. I honestly think
we are shaking the planet.
Everybody
will be affected.
So can you tell our viewers more about the Academy, because there may be people out there who are interested in getting a particular place to learn and refine their skills, man.
Okay. Planet Shakers is a music academy where we train people to learn different instruments, different courses like drums, piano, guitar, all the instruments you want to, voice training. And then aside from the school aspect, Planet Shakers, there's also a band.
That's true.
Yeah, Planet Shakers band, where we go out for programs, we go out to bless people, we get if you need help or you need someone to come and handle your birthday events, we are there for you. So
Alright, that being said, I would like you to bring a word of advice, probably rebuke, corrections, and whatever it is that you want to bring forth to your viewers out there, people who are aspiring to be like
also
you,
rebuke,
and many ladies who are looking forward to going in this line that you are right now. Like you should bring forth your words of counsel, corrections, rebuke, and so on to them.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so first I would say whether it's music, any field you find yourself, whether music or anywhere, just have the mindset of being consistent. When you are consistent, if you want to talk about consistency, it's like a full package. You have to be patient. You have to be patient, because music has taught me to be extremely patient to get your goals. You have to be persistent, meaning that despite the challenges, whatever you face, you know that I must get to this place. You have to be disciplined. You have to be that consistency. And then secondly, I would say any field you have, learn to put God first in any way you find yourself. Anything you are doing, God should lead you. And then because any lane you find yourself, once you do outside the will of God, you're just wasting your time.
That's true.
Because if God has said, I want this person to achieve his or her goal in 5 years, and then you think you can do it outside of the will of God, you might, your life can be keep going in cycle, going and coming, but you still not reach. You end up doing, like, let's say 20 or 15 years without.
Going the same
Yes.
circle.
And then lastly, I would say learn to be humble. Do
That's true.
away with pride.
Humility.
Pride keeps. Yeah, because I've seen a lot of musicians who are very good at what they do, but their character, character is just like your ingredients to spice up the food. No matter how good you are, if you do not have good character, a lot of people will not want to work with you.
That's true.
Yeah, so, and that character comes with a lot of things. Pride is part of it.
Yes.
So try as much as possible to keep pride away from you. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining
So
us.
exciting.
We are so excited having this
exciting.
conversation with you, man. Thank you. We are so grateful. Like, it's great, like, hearing you share your experience.
I don't know, I
and
feel
then
like
your
to
journey
be a drummer now.
Oh, thank
Don't
you.
worry,
man.
I'll
We
still come for my
appreciate-
voice training.
No
We
problem.
appreciate. Thank you for joining Right Track.
Thank you.
Trust
I'm
Omale today.
grateful. Thanks for the
And we look forward to
privilege.
checking the academy later in the day. Yes.
Yeah, I'll wait you.
Thank you so
So
much.
we're going to watch you play the drums. You have done the theory, we want to watch you do the
The
practice.
practical.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much,
God
sir.
bless
I'm
you. We are
grateful.
grateful.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
and nice to meet the whole team. Thanks
Yeah,
for having
thank
me.
you.
I'm
Thank
grateful.
you,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
We're grateful.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Welcome. Thank you.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Okay, I'm back again. Thank you for staying throughout, and I'm sure you got great value from this episode. If you have not clicked on the subscription button, please do so, and don't forget to put on the notification button also to get our latest video whenever it's out. Love you all. Bye.